Stop right there for 1 second because I have to tell you something most clothing brands hope you never figure out. If you're under 5'4" and proudly past 60, there's a 2-inch detail hiding in nearly every top you own that's quietly making you look shorter, heavier, and older than you actually are. By the time this video ends, you'll know exactly what that detail is and exactly how to fix it tonight, for free, with pieces already hanging in your closet. This is LRI timeless fashion, and if you've ever bought a gorgeous blouse, rushed home thrilled to wear it, then caught your reflection and felt like the fabric was wearing you instead of the other way around, you already know this feeling. The sleeves swallow your wrists. The shoulders slide halfway down your arms. Instead of feeling put together, you feel like you borrowed someone else's outfit by mistake. It's discouraging. And here's what I need you to hear clearly because it changes everything. Your body was never the problem. The cut of the clothes was. Style past 60 isn't about vanishing into oversized layers, and it's certainly not about following some tired rulebook that tells women our age to dim ourselves down. It's about learning a kind of visual math, one built from line, fabric, and cut, that lets your presence enter a room before your outfit does. Being petite past 60 isn't something to work around. In my opinion, it's actually an advantage most women never learn to use. Today I'm walking you through 7 shifts that will lengthen your line, brighten your whole look, and leave you feeling effortlessly pulled together, starting with the very next thing you put on. No tailor, no shopping trip, no new budget, just small, deliberate changes. And stay with me for tip 4, because it's the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be the biggest change you make all year. Let's start at the top. Tip 1 is your neckline, and it's the fastest transformation on this list. High crew necks, thick turtlenecks, and stiff button-to-the-top collars quietly box a petite frame in. Covering the neck shortens your whole upper body and makes your torso look stacked. If a top has ever made you look shorter or heavier than you actually are, the neckline is very often the hidden reason and nobody warns you about it. The fix is simple. Open the space beneath your chin. A soft V draws the eye up and down at once, creating one unbroken line that instantly reads as a longer neck and a taller frame. This doesn't mean anything dramatic, just a modest V, a soft wrap blouse, or the top button or 2 left undone on a crisp shirt. Try it in the mirror tonight and watch your whole silhouette shift in seconds. Tip 2 is your sleeves. You know the feeling. A standard blouse arrives with sleeves that run 2 inches too long, bunching at the wrist and dragging the whole look downward. The fix is what I call the 3/4 trick. Exposing your wrists and forearms, the narrowest part of your arm, instantly lightens everything and adds movement a long sleeve can't give you. Look for built-in 3/4 sleeves, or simply roll your existing sleeves to the elbow. As a bonus, this puts your watch and bracelets exactly where eyes naturally land in conversation. If this is useful so far, tap that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to LRA Timeless Fashion yet, this is exactly the kind of video we post weekly, so go ahead and hit subscribe before we keep going. Tip 3 is pattern scale, and this one trips up more women than anything else on this list. A bold print looks stunning on the hanger, but on a smaller frame, a large, high-contrast pattern acts like a visual speed bump, chopping your silhouette into pieces before you even enter the room. The fix is monochromatic dressing, or at minimum, low-contrast prints. When your top matches the tone of your bottoms, you create one unbroken column of colour, and the eye reads you as taller and more polished. If you love pattern, look for micro prints or soft blended designs instead of anything sharp and busy. Which brings us to tip 4, the one I promised earlier. This is where most petite women get stuck. What do you actually do with the bottom of your top? Leave it fully untucked and it visually cuts your legs off. Tuck it in completely and it can feel stiff and draw attention exactly where you don't want it. The middle ground is the French tuck. Take a small section at the front center of your top and tuck just that piece in, letting the sides and back fall loose. Exposing just the front of your waistband establishes where your waist is and elongates your leg line, while the loose sides still skim comfortably over your hips. It works over jeans, over a skirt, on a casual day or a night out, and it makes any outfit look intentional instead of thrown on. Maybe you hate tucking anything in at all, and that's completely fine because tip 5 is for you. If you're leaving your top untucked, the detail you can't skip is the hemline. A stiff, boxy hem that cuts straight across the hips creates a harsh line that shortens and widens your frame. Choose a curved hem instead, one that dips slightly at the front and back and lifts at the sides. That gentle rise breaks the straight line, softens the drape, and lets you wear a longer top without disappearing into it. Tip 6 is scale. A blouse can fit beautifully through the shoulders and still feel slightly off, and 9 times out of 10, the culprit is oversized detailing. Large ruffles, wide collars, and bulky pockets overwhelm a smaller frame. Scale everything down. Choose narrow collars, slim button plackets, and smaller buttons, and if you love texture, look for micro pleats instead of heavy volume. When the details stay proportional, attention returns to your face exactly where it belongs. Tip 7 is fabric weight, and it may be the most important one because it decides whether every other tip actually works. Stiff, heavy fabric stands away from the body and creates what stylists call a tent effect, adding bulk even on a perfectly cut top. Soft, fluid fabrics like silk, rayon, and washed linen blends skim the body instead, falling into one smooth vertical line. Here's a quick test for your next shopping trip. Drape the fabric over the back of your hand. If it holds stiff, put it back. If it falls like water, that's your winner. Style after 60 was never about chasing height for its own sake. It's about finally letting your clothes reflect the confident woman you already are. When your proportions are working with you instead of against you, something shifts and you carry yourself differently. So tell me in the comments, which of these 7 are you trying first? The French tuck or the curved hem? I read every comment, and some of my favorite topics on this channel started right there. If this helped you see your closet differently, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who needs to hear that her body was never the problem, and if you haven't already, subscribe to LRA Timeless Fashion so you don't miss what's coming next. This has been LRA Timeless Fashion. Stay stylish, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next one.